Let's get it rolling.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude. Shit.
Shit.
Got two APs on my wrist. Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist, and a nigga ain't never on time. I wear shades to avoid the shine. I see darkness in my mind. This much ice must be a crime. I got stopped for too much shine. The cops say your life's too bright. I reply, no sir, no lights. I got just AP, and the cops say, is it snowing? No sir, it's not snowing. It's cause my AP so cold that bitch is glowing. No, you know metallic still like element 115. Alien shit, these AP shining like AP abducted shit. Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie?
Got two APs on my wrist. Hey.
Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Got two APs on my wrist. They be running all day like AP on that field and shit. Got two APs on my wrist.
Got two APs on my wrist.
They be running all day like
AP on that field and shit. AP on that field and shit.
just signed a new deal and shit. With Nike, got that motherfucking guap, going to the top. Make that ass drop, make that ass drop. Nigga never stop, never stop. Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got two APs on my wrist. Got two APs on my wrist. They be running all day like
AP on that field and shit.
got two APs on my wrist.
Got two APs on my wrist. They be running all day like AP on that field and shit. AP on that field and shit. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to All the Way Bias, where we talk about sports and we keep it biased. What's up, my Vikings fans? Shout out to all my Vikings fans. I know we took that L this weekend. I know we took that L this past weekend. God damn, we took that L this past weekend. Fuck. And we lost to, of all people we had to lose to, we lost to fucking Aaron Rodgers. God damn it. I just knew he was going to beat us. I just knew he was going to walk in there confident. Like, I just knew Aaron Rodgers was going to walk in like, man, I played these people for 18,000 years of my career. This ain't nothing new. And he did it. He just came in the first half just dropping bombs on us. Man, I don't. Vikings, we should have won that game. We should have won that game, Minnesota. Minnesota, we should have won that game. Good job, Steelers. I ain't even, man, Todd, good job, Steelers. I ain't even mad at you. Good job. Y'all played a good game. God damn. Vikings, we could have won that game, okay? All right, man, listen, we got to play better in the first half, Minnesota. All right, y'all, we going to talk about the NFL season today, okay? We going to talk about the NFL season. We're going to give a little recap of what happened in week 4 and talk about week 5. On top of that, we're going to get into the news that happened in the WNBA because they just one person straight ripped the commissioner, and the other females are now kind of falling in suit in the WNBA, kind of agreeing with her. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into UFC. Got a big UFC this weekend. Pereira and Ankalaev. Ankalaev, Magomed Ankalaev. We're gonna get into that too. So, hey, if you a sports fans like me, make sure you like, share, subscribe. This sports little talk, what I do here is about authenticity. Be yourself, okay? It's about being biased towards your team, okay? And the stuff that you like, the players that you like. We gonna tell the truth too, you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep a spade, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? The Vikings are the Vikings, and I'm gonna represent my team, and I expect you to do the same. Okay, represent your team in any sport we talking about. Represent the people you like. You know, show some love. Okay, you know, show some real love. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. What up, everybody? What up? What up, everybody? I'm gonna give everybody a shout out real quick before I get talking. What up, Potato? What up? What up? What up? What up, Tide? What up? What up? What up? Noah. What up? What up? What up? Africa. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, everybody? All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, so. Shit, man. Damn. Let's talk about this week real quick. Let's get into it, guys. All right, so week 4 recap really quick. Seahawks defeated the Cardinals 23-20. Thursday night football. The Seahawks looking like a good team. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The Seahawks looking like a pretty damn decent team all the way around. Sam Darnold, for some reason, just plays decent in the regular season. I'm not sure if he got the postseason capabilities, because he was on the Vikings last year and he couldn't really do anything in the postseason. But Sam Darnold looking pretty damn good right now, and the Seahawks looking good too. Ah, my Vikings. Oh, my Vikings. Oh, my Vikings. My lonely Vikings. And they had us in the early game in Ireland, and we blew that. Man, come on. The early game in Ireland. The Vikings lost to the Steelers 24-21. I can't even lie. Aaron Rodgers had a good game, played well. The entire team played well. Defense, offense. It was a good game by the Steelers. They played a good game. They're a good team. But I do feel like we could have beat them, and we should have beaten them. But they are a good team, and we took that L, so we'll take that L. The Falcons got a good win, beat the Commanders 34-27. Falcons looking pretty decent too as well. They're kind of up and down, but they're looking pretty decent. Bills beat the Saints. The Saints are atrocious. That's just gonna be a bad year for the Saints. I think they might lose about 12 games this season at least. Lions destroyed the Browns. Myles Garrett was talking a whole lot about how they're not gonna be able to run, and they ran the ball pretty damn well. Gibbs had a pretty damn day on 15 carries. So if I'm the Browns, I might rethink my quarterback situation, because the quarterback situation ain't looking too good with Cleveland right now. I'm just being honest. Quarterback situation looking terrible. Patriots defeated the Browns 42-13. I like the Patriots team, man. They got a nice little team. I think they might, man, you never know. They might sneak their way into the playoffs somehow. Jackson Dart came through, baby. Defeated the Chargers. Gave them their first loss. Handed them their first L, baby. 21-18. What a good game, too. It was a pretty competitive game. This was also a great game. Eagles defeated the Buccaneers 31-25. Gave them their first loss of the season. It's going to be tough to beat the Eagles. I'm just being honest. I don't know what people think is about to happen or transpire when they play the Eagles, but it's going to be really, really, really tough. Thank you for that gift, Justin. It's going to be really, really tough to beat the Eagles. If you think you about to just roll into Philadelphia, or Philadelphia going to roll into your town and you going to beat them, I don't know. They kind of play like on offense, old school, like 1950s football with a spin of 2025. And it's really hard to stop because you can't really stop their rushing attack because Hurts is so potent. And people were crying about the push tush. Oh, the push tush. And they hit you with a boom, boom, fake Saquon. So now what you going to do? Now you got to have somebody on the outside thinking about that push tush because now they got counters off the push tush. The Eagles going to be tough to beat. I'm just being honest. Lions going to handle the Eagles. They haven't played us in 4 years. I don't know about that. Listen, I don't know about that. I hope y'all do. I hope y'all handle them so I can see how it's done so the Vikings can have a shot. Because we got to play them as soon as we come off this damn road trip overseas. So I don't know. But good, man. The Lions got a high-octane offense, so they definitely got a shot. But the damn Eagles that's a tough team. That's a tough team to deal with, man. The Texans finally got a damn win. Beat the hell out of the Titans 28-0. the Ravens, or no, I'm not sorry, not the Ravens. The Rams beat the Colts. I like the Colts. I think the Colts got a good team. I think the Colts gonna make some noise in the AFC. They gonna make a splash. But the Rams, they got a good team as well. Great receivers, great quarterback, good coach. That's a good team. Ravens beat the Colts 27-20. Jaguars beat the 49ers 26-21. Now let me talk about the Jaguars real quick and what the hell they doing with Travis Hunter. No, the Vikings got a good enough defense to beat anybody. It comes down to our quarterback play most of the time. It comes down to our quarterback play. Our quarterback gotta start playing just better overall. If we can get our quarterback to just I don't even know, just halfway decent most of the time, something like that. Just don't turn the ball over. If we can get our quarterback to just not to turn the ball over ever, I think we would have a great shot, y'all. I'm just being honest. Like a great shot at going far. It's always that one thing with us, our quarterback. I just don't know. But back to the Jaguars real quick. I think the Jaguars, I know Travis Hunter looks good on offense, and he made a couple plays on defense, but they got to put him one way. They got to put him one way. They got to put him one way. I don't think in the NFL it's the type of league where you could sustain a 17-game season playing both ways. I think it's going to be tough. So if I'm the Jaguars, I'm either going to say, you know what? This game you playing all offense. Next game you playing all defense. That's how we going to do this shit. Because you're not about to be flip-flopping and trying to figure out your energy and getting hurt. It's too much. It's too much. I don't know what the Jaguars doing. But they got to win. They got to win. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 37-20. I really don't know what's going on with the Ravens. I feel like this might be one of those seasons where they just kind of fall behind due to injuries and just the unknown. The Chiefs looked a little wobbly, but they came back and showed why they are champions. But if Lamar Jackson has a hamstring injury, which is perceived to be, I don't really know how far the Ravens go, especially with Derrick Henry fumbling the ball left and right. Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about, Travis Hunter. Yeah, I was just talking about Travis Hunter, yeah. Yeah, Travis Hunter, he needs to play one way, in my opinion. He needs to play one way. Bears defeated the Raiders. Man, Genty had a great game. Genty had a great game. That fumble wasn't on him. You can't have 1,000 people in the backfield as soon as you get the ball. That's just crazy, okay? I mean, that's just crazy. But Genty had a good game. He showed why he a monster. He showed why he is a good running back, and I'm glad he went back to his natural stance. You can't be trying to change people's position, okay, in terms of how they want to move their body and stand and how they feel relaxed, okay? He feels relaxed standing nice and tall and just straight up. Let him be him. Don't try to make him do all this extra shit, and now he running all goofy. As soon as he changed his stance, he came back crushing. Genty going to be a great player. Now this game, Packers and the Cowboys. NFL, we got to do something about these ties. Blame Chip Kelly for that. Yeah, nah, Chip Kelly goofy. Chip Kelly a goofball melon. He always trying to come in and exert power and act like he know more than everybody else because he studied some football for a long time. Bro, you ain't that. You don't know what you're talking about. Let the dude who ran for 2,600 yards. Bro ran for 2,600 yards with that stance. Let that man do what he want to do. Okay? Anybody who run for over 2,000 yards can run however they want to run. It's just that simple. Chip Kelly is goofy. That's why it didn't last long when he first came to the NFL, because he was trying to change people right away and it didn't work. You can't be trying to change people right away. You got to come in and understand the system and fit your way into the system. He was tripping. He was straight tripping. Now let's talk about this Packers game and this Cowboys game. So, hey, Dak played well. I ain't gonna lie. Jordan Love played well too. This was a great game. If you like football, that was the game to watch. Like, if you missed that game, you missed probably the best game of the season. Now, for it to end in a tie, I think it's just crazy. NFL, we gotta fix this whole tie system shit. Motherfuckers stayed way too late for this shit to be a tie. Okay, game way too long. Okay, people bet money all for a tie. Okay, we ain't gotta do a tie. Let's just go on to the next quarter. First one score win. It's that simple. It wouldn't take that damn long. This ain't baseball. It ain't gonna take that long. Big plays everywhere. Yeah, I'm a Vikings fan, and I ain't really I ain't rocking with the Packers. I ain't never rocking with the Packers. But they do got a decent team, and they are scary. They do have potential to beat anybody. But I would say that what's going to hold them back is their run defense is pretty bad. Yeah, nah, man. Yeah, at this point, I really don't know. I'm hoping Vikings to be number one, but it's gonna be tough because the Lions got a good offense and they can run the ball, and it's gonna be hard for us to stop them in that regard. And then, yeah, the Lions are a good team, man. It's gonna be hard to surpass the Lions in this conference at this moment, and the Packers are good too. We got the best conference. I think the NFC North is the best conference. But back to the whole tie situation, we got to remove the tie because people say it way too long. The games are way too important. There's not that many games in the season for there to be ties. Like they got to remove the ties. Okay. Broncos beat the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, they season over. Yeah, their season over. No Joe Burrow. That's over. That's over. And then last but not least, Dolphins beat the Jets. If you didn't see it, Tyreek Hill had a really terrible injury. He dislocated his kneecap and tore a bunch of ligaments. So we hope Tyreek Hill gets better in the future. But damn, that shit looked crazy. I ain't gonna lie, it really did. They end up getting the win, beating the Jets. But I mean, a win and a loss at the same time, really, because you kind of lost your best player. So, and the captain of your team and leader and all that stuff. So, I don't know. All right, y'all, we're going to talk about now my predictions for this week, real quick. So 49ers at Rams. I got the Rams beating the 49ers. Vikings at Browns. You know I got the Vikings beating the Browns, baby. Raiders at Colts. I got the Colts beating the Raiders. Giants at Saints. I got the Giants beating the Saints. Cowboys at Jets. I got the Cowboys beating the Jets. Broncos at Eagles. I got the Eagles beating the Broncos. Dolphins at Panthers. I got the Panthers beating the Dolphins. Texans at Ravens. All right, Ravens, you got to win this one. I got the Ravens beating the Texans. Titans at Cardinals. I got the Cardinals beating the Titans. Buccaneers at Seahawks. Ooh, good game. I think the Bucks need this. I got the Bucks beating the Seahawks. Lions at Bengals. Got the Lions beating the Bengals. Commanders at Chargers. Got the Chargers beating the Commanders. Patriots at Bills. Got Bills beating Patriots. Chiefs, Jaguars. Chiefs beat Jaguars. Those are my picks for this week. The Broncos might. They might. They might. The Broncos is good. The Broncos, they might. I don't know. They might. You ain't never lied. They really might. Who knows? Who knows? They might. All right, we're gonna transition real quick because this some real shit. This just happened today. So if you haven't heard, the WNBA is in their playoff right now, and there's been a lot of controversy over them having a new bargaining agreement or deal on the table and players getting more money and all this other crap, right? So there was a lady. Let me see her name. Nafisa Collier. She had an exit interview and she kind of just went in. So let's see it real quick. This is her.
Much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
Damn.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlyn, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlyn should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything.
Damn.
And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Damn.
That's mentality driving our league from the top. I have the privilege of watching my...
So that's what the commissioner said of the WNBA. That's real. So if the head of your league really doesn't give a fuck about the players, your league is screwed. At the end of the day, you gotta value your players. I mean, that is the product. That is what you are selling. And if this is what you think about them, you think they are just lucky to... Man, the WNBA gonna have some to deal with. Especially that commissioner. She gone. I think she has maybe a day or two. A day or two. Oh, that's not the commissioner. That's a player. She's speaking and referencing what the commissioner said. That's a player. She also got a boot on her foot too, because she got an injury. But to think that this lady, as a player who's speaking right now, could ask the commissioner that, and then the commissioner could respond to her saying what she said, is like, yo, the players in the WNBA have no shot. They might as well all just go on a strike and just say screw it and go play in the Big Three or something with Ice Cube, or go overseas or do something else. Because if this is the mentality of the league office for the WNBA, that's probably the worst mentality I've ever seen in any sort of sports setting. Like, if you don't value your players, if you think they're lucky to be here, no, it's not. Yeah, nothing is really the same. Besides, I think the height of the rim. The height of the rim is the same. Everything else is different in the NBA versus the WNBA. But yeah, as a individual who would play sports and would want to be involved in a league where the commissioner and the head offices valued us as players, I would be like, nah, I ain't playing. I would stop playing right now. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't even finish the season. If I was a player, I would go on strike right now. We wouldn't even play the rest of the season. They'll lose hella money. We'll make them lose some money. I swear we would. So if you want to check that out, they got more news on ESPN about that. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, they cooked. They ain't got no shot. They done. They done. All right, y'all. Now let's talk about some great stuff here. Ooh, baby. We talking about some mixed martial arts. I love me some MMA. You know I love me some MMA. So this week we got UFC 320. Pereira Ankalaev 2. We about to get into some quick stats real quick. Let's check it out. So if you don't know who these boys are, they fight at light heavyweight, which is you have to weigh in at 205 pounds, but they fight more than that. I ain't never seen this. They got a t-shirt on this, man. I ain't never seen that before. So you got champion Ankalaev versus the challenger Pereira, who was a former champion. They fought in the previous match, so this is round 2. Pereira lost that in a close decision to Ankalaev. It was a good fight. This fight's going to be a lot different. I do believe Pereira is going to be healthier this time. And I think he probably will go in and look and search and be aggressive and try to get a knockout. Ankalaev is good. So it's not like it's going to be a pushover fight. But if I had to choose a winner, a victor, I'm going to go Pereira by knockout this time. I think he's motivated. In the co-main event, you got Merab, the fucking machine, the tank, versus Corey, the magician, Sandhagen. I think in this fight, Merab's going to have a more difficult time than he had before, in the sense that Corey's not going to get tired, and Corey has great wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So that's going to provide Marab with a lot more issues than he had before. Um, and with the striking, Corey could obviously definitely deal with his striking and strike back with him efficiently. So I think this will be a 5-round fight. It really will come down to the output and who lands more. In my opinion, I think Corey might get this fight. So I'm gonna go with Corey Sandhagen for this fight. In a 5-round decision. If it's not a 5-round decision, yeah, there are a few people, Ilya Taporia, things like there are a few people who are undefeated. Yeah. Um, Khabib retired undefeated. Um, Also, if they get in like grappling exchanges, Corey's pretty good in like 50-50 leg locks and fucking people's knees up. So that could be a problem too if they get any grappling exchanges. This is a great fucking, ooh, this is a great one too. Yuri versus Khalil. Both of these guys have fought for the belt. They both are great fighters, the top of the division, right behind the two people here, Pereira and Ankalev. In my opinion, this is a great fight. I'm gonna have to go with the person I think that's gonna put out more damage just due to size, and I'm gonna probably go Yuri. I'm gonna go Yuri. I gotta go Yuri by knockout. Josh Emmett, veteran. Zalal, not a absolute veteran, but a pretty good fighter. I'm gonna go Josh Emmett. Joe Pyfer to start the fight versus, I don't know this guy, a boost. I'm gonna go Joe Pyfer with the power. I don't know a boost. These fights are this Saturday. So I'm going like I said, Pereira to win the fight. But yeah, current fighters, there are maybe like I think 6 or 7 current fighters. They're undefeated in MMA right now in the UFC. Taporia's undefeated. He's a champion. Ragmanovich is undefeated. He's a contender. That's doing well. And like 5 other guys, but there's like 7 guys. It's not like boxing. Like you're not gonna really kind of get through MMA undefeated unless you're just fighting trash ass people. You kind of are forced to fight good people, and when you're fighting good people in mixed martial arts, it's a lot different. You can lose any number of ways. You could get submitted, you could get knocked out, they could stop the fight for a cut, anything could happen, decision. So mixed martial arts is a tough sport to kind of get out undefeated. And the injuries are just a lot more severe. You're dealing with so many different injuries. In boxing, you're really dealing with shoulder injuries, hand injuries, things like that. In MMA, it's everything you could think of, from a foot injury all the way up to anything in your neck. So to go undefeated in MMA is pretty damn impressive, especially if you do it fighting good competition. Yeah, that's super impressive. All right, y'all, it's your boy Leroy Mitchell, man. We here with All the Way Bias. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the same thing. UFC is just like, so it's like if you say football versus NFL. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying that. MMA, UFC. MMA is mixed martial arts. It's just like what the entire combat art form is. UFC is a promotion or like a organization like the NFL. So football is the sport. NFL is like the organization where you can play that sport and make money. MMA is the sport, and UFC is a promotion where you can go and fight and make some money competing in that sport. Nah, you're not a goofy. I don't know why people act like that it's goofy to ask questions. No, it's not. I didn't think you was a goofy. Did I say you was a goofy? I didn't say that. You better ask some questions. I ask questions all the time. I don't care what people talking about. If I don't know some shit, I'm about to ask a question. I don't care if you can call me now. Now you know, right? So you know now. So why would you feel goofy? Don't let people make you feel goofy for trying to learn and acquire information. The only goofiness is acting like you know some stuff when you don't know and not asking the question. So you smart. That's a high form of intelligence. That's what I look for. I look for people like that who ain't afraid to ask a question. You got to be courageous. You got to have courage. You cannot be afraid. You cannot be afraid to ask questions. That's just ridiculous. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. It's your boy Leroy Mitchell. It's late. It's late. It's 12:33. I gotta get to sleep. Get up. Get to the gym. You know what I'm talking about. But we gotta stay biased. Vikings. We need this win this weekend. Okay. We can't play around. We got another overseas game. They got us in England now somewhere. I don't know, UK or I don't know where we at. We somewhere else. All right, but we gotta win this game. All right. We can't take no more L's. We can't take no more L's. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all have a great night. Okay. I'm gonna leave y'all with my song because I love leaving y'all with my music because you know what I'm saying. This is just me. I do everything myself out here. You know what I'm saying. We solo dolo. We solo dolo. Real streamers out here. No production team. Just us out here. All right. We out of here. Hey, thank y'all for chatting.
Damn, dude.
Thank you for chatting.
Damn, dude. Shit. Got 2 APs on my wrist. Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie?
I appreciate the sub up 313 Curl. Thank you.
I wear shades to avoid the shine. I see darkness in my mind. This much space must be a crime. I got stopped for too much shine. The cops say your life's too bright. I reply no sir, no thanks. I got this AP and the cops say is it snowing? No sir, it's not snowing. It's bird cause my AP so cold that bitch is glowing. No, you know metallics still like element 115. Alien shit, these APs shining like AP and ducking shit. Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Got 2 APs on my wrist. They be running all day like AP on that building shit. Got 2 APs on my wrist. Got 2 APs on my wrist. They be running all day like AP on that building shit. AP on that building shit. Just signed a new deal and shit. With Nike, got that motherfucking walk, going to the top. Make that ass drop, make that ass drop. Nigga never stop, never stop. Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Hey, why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to lie? Got 2 APs on my wrist. Got 2 APs on my wrist. AP running all day like AP on that feeling shit. Got 2 APs on my wrist. Got 2 APs on my wrist. AP running all day like AP on that feeling shit. AP on that feeling shit.
All right, y'all. Have a good night.